There are two outcomes to an obeying life. Two outcomes. One outcome is cost. The New Testament over and over says we crucify our flesh, our desires, our going our own way. An obeying life has a cost. It's a crucifixion of your own agendas, your own plans for you. It's a crucifixion of the secret sinful stuff that's inside of you. You don't tell anybody about, but it just stays there and festers. It's a crucifixion of that. Obedience is crucifying that. How long are you going to just let it lie there? It's a crucifixion of character qualities in you that don't reflect Jesus. Your lust, your jealousy and envy, your anger, your worship of money or status, your worship of another person's attention or whatever it is. It's about crucifying those things. It's about obedience, and obedience is about cost. But there is a second outcome of an obeying life, and that is a blessed life. I think it says it in the clearest, the clearest way possible in the Old Testament book of Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy is part of the Old Testament law. And Deuteronomy, though, primarily Deuteronomy is a goodbye sermon from Moses. He's ministered to God's people for decades and a generation, and he's about to separate from them, and they're about to step into the promise of God. The promise is the promised land. And so he has said all that he has said in Deuteronomy up to chapter 30. We're going to look 28 for a second, but 30 and then 28. Just listen to what he says. He says, in conclusion, basically, he says, I call heaven and earth to witness against you today that I have set before you life and death, the blessing and the curse. So choose life in order that you may live, you and your descendants. Listen to verse 20. By loving the Lord your God. Choose life by how? By loving the Lord your God, by obeying his voice, by holding fast to him. For this is your life and length of your days. Connect that to 28, 1 and 2. Now, he says, now it shall be that if you diligently obey the Lord your God, being careful to do all of his commandments, which I command you today, the Lord your God will set you high. It's an outcome of an obedient life. He will set you high. Verse 2, and all these blessings shall come upon you, and they'll overtake you if you obey the Lord your God. You have an absolute promise of God that if you learn obedience will, a blessing will overtake your life. And the outcome, the operating obedient life is a life that comes from a courageous prayer. Not me. God, not me. Not my agenda. Not what I want, but what you want.